Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here today. We're taking a look at Ethereum. It's taken off here today, of course, as expected. I mentioned this to my community previously, and it does look like we got this ascending wedge pattern, nice little breakout, so we'll take a look at that. And if you're new to the channel, obviously not a financial advisor, I just have years of trading experience. So if you like what you see here and you need kind of a leg up in the industry, I actually have a Signal community, trading community essentially, where I provide every single trade that I take to my members, and I can, I average about 85% success. So check that out. I have a link in the description below for an instructional video there if you want to know more about it before you get into it. That being said, looking here at Bitcoin, first of all, we look at the one-day chart, and we can see the price is trying to break above the resistance here at about 57,500. Now this candlestick hasn't closed yet. We've got 2 hours left in the trading cycle, so it's it's not official, but it just looks like it's trying to break above. Therefore, that could reaffirm it as a support if it closes above instead of a resistance for the last 3 days in a row. But what's great, we've also got 2 days worth of nice support at 56,000. So that's awesome. And we do have this channel here as well. This is another thing that I provide to my community members with my Bitcoin updates. But simply put, this is a nice little support channel here where anytime the price travels into it, it gets rejected and kind of closes above. So it's been awesome, been able to make a lot of profit in this little channel here. And it's pretty straightforward, but we'll see what happens next. I do feel like we're going to see this candlestick close above 57,500, but only time will tell. All in all, Bitcoin's in very, very good shape. We're well above both moving averages here on the 1 day chart, not the 4 hour chart, and we're looking good. Okay, simply put. Now let's go ahead and move on to Ethereum. First things first, we look at the 1 day chart, and we can see the price is trembling above the 50-day simple moving average. That's why I recently drew this ascending wedge pattern here as well, because of the 50s kind of keeping the price higher, as well as the fact that it broke through. So no surprise there. I mean, look how many times it tested. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost 6 times. We almost tested that resistance level 6 times, minus a couple times in the past too. So you total that for 8 times total. The more often you test a resistance or support level, the more likely it is to break, right? That's just kind of the bottom line. And it obviously broke to the upside here. It helps that Bitcoin's been fairly bullish recently, but more importantly, Ethereum's finally starting to take off. And this is what we like to see, right? This is kind of the very first thing we see when altcoin season occurs, is when Ethereum starts kind of becoming more independent, essentially goes parabolic outside of Bitcoin's movement. Not that it's going crazy and it's not shooting to the moon, no, but it is moving much higher than Bitcoin is right now, and that's a good sign. Okay, so we like to see this here for Ethereum. Taking a look here, of course, RSI is staying over 50. That's another good sign. That helps with the 50-day simple moving average also working concurrent with that. But 50 on the RSI is essentially a support and resistance level. All right, so if you don't know that already, that is essentially how it works. You'll see it commonly stay above or below. And again, when the price breaks above 70, that can also become a support, and the price can continue to stay above. Again, there's a lot of factors involved there, but generally speaking, I like where the RSI is at right now. MACD doesn't really tell us too much, of course, as we have seen a lot more sideways action, but the bulls are still in control, for lack of better terms. Okay, let's take a look here at the 4 hour chart, kind of see what's going on. We can see that increase above. It was tested twice for 8 hours, kind of rejected, and then it blew through. So oftentimes you'll see this happen. It doesn't always work out to be a short squeeze, but a lot of times shorts will be put just above resistance levels. So just say the price kind of came up to like just say like 3,700. It probably came up to there and then it pushed even higher because a lot of people automatically sold based on their positions that they had. That could happen. Not saying that's exactly it, but that does help push the price up further. Plus the fear of missing out as well. Once people see that resistance level broken, they jump in and it kind of drives up the price even further. But all good things here. The 50 is going to work as a support level as well. The 200 is traveling behind, so we could see that also. RSI is under 70. Fantastic. I like to see the RSI stay under 70 on the 4 hour chart, because it really helps us understand that we still have that bullish momentum that's not overextended, right? Because yes, we see a slight retracement here, but that's normal. That's healthy. We want to see that. That's exactly what we're looking for. We also had a MACD convergence here on the 4 hour chart on the 13th. That was yesterday at 9 a.m. So let's just go ahead and mark that as well. That seems pretty obvious because it's a nice long candle, but we'll just go ahead and confirm that on the cloud and kind of see if it was giving us a signal or not. Well, we're going to just jump right in there. So Ishimoku Cloud, did the price break above? Yes, it did. So here we go. So I marked right here generally within this 4 hour time frame on the MACD, right? In other words, the 12 intersected with the 26 in upward fashion. The bears lost control. The bulls took control. That's basically what the MACD is telling us. One of the best indicators you can use as a swing trader, by the way. Now, the secondary method of verifying that that is actually valid and that's working is to come to the 1 hour chart and to see if the price is above the cloud. So the cloud was basically telling us a couple of hours in advance that we're likely going to see a convergence on the MACD and that this is a good entry point. Okay. Now, again, hindsight's 2020, I recognize that, but if you look, just say average price based on where it's at now, you could have got roughly a 7% increase by just using those two indicators alone, right? Obviously, you want to look at other factors, but that's something that I use to kind of reaffirm my signals that I send to my community members to ensure that we're on the right track. It's kind of just like a spot analysis on this chart here, making sure we understand specifically that, hey, we're moving in the right direction. We're moving with the bulls instead of against the bulls, right? You want to kind of go downstream instead of try to swim upstream, if that makes any sense. Anyways, enough about that. That's essentially what the cloud's telling us here. And if we take a look at TD sequential, we probably see a nice reset here, which is good. We're in a state of consolidation. We actually hit our 9, and now we're going to go ahead and possibly see some retracement, but it'll probably just go sideways from here. I don't think we're going to see a massive retracement based on the fact that we have a nice little leg up here. And this isn't a super increase, right? So we got this nice little bullish pattern, like up, over, up, over. All right, we got a nice staircase pattern that's very healthy. So it will allow for Ethereum to kind of leg up again and test its resistance of about 4,000. Speaking of resistance, why don't we go ahead and mark that here? Because I forgot to do that initially. So taking a look here, first of all, we've got a major resistance at about 41.75. So we'll mark that as well. Keep in mind, yes, the all-time high is also a potential resistance, but the most important one is where the one-day candlestick closed and got rejected. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 days in a row where we got basically rejected out right at about, again, 41.75, 41.80. However, the most recent rejection is pretty consistent as well, right at about 39.50. Okay. So bear in mind, the price continues to leg up as we're expecting. It'll probably test and potentially reject or spend a little bit of time there right about 39.50. So what we're hoping for is for, next couple of days for it to just increase a good, 3 or 4% per day, have a nice consistent growth pattern. And then when it gets to that resistance level, we see a period of consolidation just before we get a reset on TD sequential and we blast right through it for another leg up to try to test its all-time high closing date or closing price of 41.80. Okay, that's what we're wanting to see. Now, big picture, to me, the way that this is moving up and the fact that it was really, really going to town here before this El Salvador candle occurred, I think it's very safe to say that we're going to break the all-time high within the next month. That's my essential guess, I guess you could say, right? Or my educated guess based on the data here that we see. Now, by year end, I would say we're probably going to be somewhere in the 5,000 to 6,000 range. That's also the guess in the sense that we don't truly know where it's going to go, but we do know that Bitcoin is performing well, and October is notoriously a 40 to 50% increasing month if you look at the 4-year cycle from 2013 and 2017. Those things all combined together leave us with a very strong potential for Ethereum, because Ethereum is the largest non-Bitcoin, basically altcoin out there, and that's going to drive up higher. Because what happens when Bitcoin dominance starts to recede? Ethereum and other large market capitalization coins start to absorb that market capitalization. Ethereum is going to be the first one because it's like anytime somebody jumps ship from Bitcoin, they go right over to Ethereum because it's usually the second best coin to continue to increase and to get another yield from that. And once Ethereum starts breaking free from Bitcoin, starts moving independently, then you start seeing it take off. So again, I think 6,000 is probably a pretty fair low estimate. I know people kind of get mad at me for being very realistic with my expectations. I'm not telling you it's going to go to the moon and go parabolic. Yes, it very well could. And if that happens, great, we'll deal with it when it happens. But let's be realistic here, right? This is trading. This isn't gambling. We want for it to actually increase carefully, right? We want to have that staircase pattern. We don't want to go parabolic so it comes straight down the day after, right? We don't want that. We want some longevity in our investment. And this is investing again, don't forget that. So just, again, exercise caution, move your stop loss up as you start to hit your targets. Every time you take a trade, set at least 2 or 3 targets in place. So hypothetically for this one, just say your first target should be just under the major resistance of about 41.88. So I would say 4,100 would be a good target to hit. The next target might be 5,000 or just say 4,900. if 5,000 is the goal, right? There's little things you want to do to kind of, work within your risk tolerance, of course, but don't just put all your money into this and just don't touch it until it's higher. That's stupid. That you're never going to take profit that way. And me, I'm more conservative. I take profits when I can, but I'm consistently profitable. I have an 85% success rate for a reason, because I'm not afraid to take profits when I can, and I'm not a diamond hand holder. Again, not that there's anything wrong with that. Just make sure if you're going to do that, you take profits at the right time and have some kind of mindset of where you're going with this. That's all I ask, okay? So again, my goal is to help you become a better, more effective trader, and I can't really do that if you don't listen. Again, take what you can, learn everything you can from as many people as possible. What I say, it shouldn't be the only thing you want to learn, but I can tell you there's some good fundamentals that you need to learn. Over the past 15 years of my trading, I can tell you that I've learned a thing or two, and I've lost a lot as well. Okay, I'm done losing. I'm tired of that, and I like to make sure that we see some gains. So if you want to, follow along on that, feel free to join my Patreon community. Awesome group of folks. I actually send out signals for every single trade that I take. It's automated, fully automated with a trading bot, and it's really cool. You can just one-click follow and essentially trade along. But what's great about it too, more so, is that you're going to actually learn a thing or two there as well. We have a trading community chat, and we all get very, very a lot better, I guess you could say. I mean, in the last 3 months alone, I've seen traders become very profitable and much better with their confidence as independent traders. So that's what floats my boat. Anyways, enough about that. I hope you understand. Take a look at that. I want to thank you so much for reaching out. Of course, requesting that I cover this here. Thank you to my patrons, obviously, for that. But more importantly, thanks for watching this video. Thank you again for your support. We'll look forward to seeing you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you.